My name is EThekwini, the Managing Director of EThekwini Maritime Cluster. We abbreviate EMC. And we are a non-profit company that was established in 2009 by EThekwini Municipality in partnership with the maritime stakeholders. Our mandate is to provide the platform for collaborative engagement between the different industry players. In doing that, implementing the different programs of common interest for the support of the maritime industry. Currently, the programs that we run as a cluster, they are built around the 4 pillars, which is training and skills development, enterprise and supplier development, although at the moment we are not really strong on the supplier development side, but there's quite a bit that's been achieved under enterprise development, marine manufacturing, and also the industry promotion. All our programs, the programs that we implement as a cluster, they align with the different government policies. If I can mention a few, the Operation Pakisa, the National Development Plan 2030, the KZN Integrated Maritime Strategy, the Comprehensive Transport Maritime Policy, and also the Sustainable Development Goals. If I can just maybe mention a few, under SDGs, we speak about the end of poverty, the gender equality, and also if you're looking at the Operation Pakisa, there's programs talking about the fisheries and aquaculture, coastal and marine tourism, and also looking at the NDP 2030. That is where we're talking about the inclusive rural economy. So we try and align all the work that we do with those important strategic policies. And we are at a stage where we are reviewing our 3-year business plan. And also in doing that, we have to engage the industry again and also all our partners and all the industry stakeholders, because we want to assess the impact of all our projects and the programs that we implement for the maritime sector. So we are engaging the industry, we are assessing the impact, and we are reviewing the business plan, because right now we are at a stage where, as a cluster, where we are saying we are ready to start expanding our footprint to cover some coastal districts within the province. So some of the districts that we are going to start working with in the next 3-year cycle, we are busy with the consultations right now with Ugu district, with Ilembe district, with King Cetshwayo, and also with Umkhanyabude district. So we are busy engaging the different departments who have actually lifted their hands and said they would like to partner with the cluster and assist them in implementing some maritime activities within those districts. So at the end, I would really love to thank our partners and also our funders. I would like to thank EThekwini Municipality for partnering and funding the cluster, and I thank them for their continued support over the years. And I would also like to thank Transnet Port Terminals for supporting our enterprise development program. And I would also like to thank TITA for supporting our unemployed graduates by providing the necessary stipends for them to be able to start building their careers and getting the work exposure that they need in order to build their CVs. And then I would like to thank all other stakeholders and partners who have actually worked with the cluster in different programs and the projects that we have implemented over the years. Without these partnerships, none of the work that we have managed to achieve as a cluster would have been possible.
Enterprise and Supplier Unit. The Enterprise and Supplier Development Unit facilitates the development and support of targeted emerging enterprises, enabling them to operate within the maritime industry. The EMC Incubation Program graduation was a celebration of the remarkable success that EMC had achieved despite all the other downfalls throughout the year. EMC continues to work hard to increase development and support of SMMEs in the maritime industry. The mandate of the cluster is also to grant the previously disadvantaged with opportunities to sustain themselves. The Enterprise and Supplier Incubation Program saw 19 SMMEs graduate. The The program ran for 3 years, providing support and aimed at growing SMMEs in the different fields of the maritime sector. After the graduation, 2 follow-up sessions were scheduled in partnership with Transnet Port Terminals and Trade and Investment KwaZulu-Natal. The purpose of these sessions was to expose business opportunities within Transnet.
So we are in a partnership with EMC to grow SMMEs, especially in the maritime sector, and the partnership is around Enterprise Development Program. Today's initiative was about graduation of the program. The program has ran for 3 years, growing, as I've mentioned, the SMEs in the maritime sector, in the different aspects and different fields in which we operate in as Transnet Port Terminals. And today was about celebrating the outcome, the fruits of the objectives of growing these SMMEs in these areas.
It was a blended approach in terms of having the practical training about the industry, as well as classroom-led training and coaching and mentoring, and as well as making sure that we were expanding their network in the industry to allow them future economic participation. The main focus, I think, was also targeting previously disadvantaged groups, namely your women, your youth, and black people in particular.
So we really appreciate our funders, Transnet, TPT, EThekwini municipality, and we've also had lots of other stakeholders who were part of walking the journey with us, who assisted us in this program. And to all of them, none of this would have been possible if it wasn't for your help and your support. We really appreciate you, and we really hope that this is not the end, but there's still more work that we are still going to be doing together, working together as partners within the maritime sector.
Youth Aquaculture Program. The EThekwini Maritime Cluster Aquaculture Program aims to empower youth with sufficient entrepreneurial skills within the aquaculture sector. The program aims not only to equip the learners with the skills, but to offer as much assistance as possible to ensure they have a good start on their own business ventures. The program drivers, EMC, and beneficiaries went on a site at Molweni, Isitumba, and Hammersdale to identify spaces to establish aquaculture farms. In February, the beneficiaries visited a fish farm in Empangeni, the Blue Aqua Fish Farm, to gain practical business experience on fish farming. Following the business tour, beneficiaries attended 2 workshops. The first workshop was a financial skills of starting up and running a fish farm, and the second workshop covered the marketing aspect of having a business. Skills and Training Unit. The Training and Skills Development Program facilitates capacity building within the sector by providing the necessary intervention to position Durban as a center of maritime education. A key deliverable of the program is to develop the city as a center of excellence in maritime education. EThekwini Maritime Cluster's Training and Skills Development Unit is mandated to train and support maritime educators teaching at high schools in KZN. This is done annually by EMC in partnership with the KZN Department of Basic Education to ensure teachers are capacitated to teach maritime subjects in high schools. A workshop was conducted in this regard at the Dokkies Teachers Training College, Durban. EMC annually hosts a maximum of 2 workshops for 25 high school teachers from KZN in partnership with the Department of Education.
So this initiative is important because the kind of teachers that we have in maritime education, most of them are not trained in the subject. So this partnership helps us to make sure that we equip our teachers with the skills, content and knowledge that they need to make sure that they teach the subject in the classroom.
From this workshop, we are able then to take this information back to our learners into sharing how the skills we are obtaining on weather and meteorological factors will impact on shipping operations. And then learners are able then to have a much broader view as to this issue of marine environment and its largeness and how that integrates with shipping operations and how that impacts the way that we plan voyages, the way that ports operate.
The learners will benefit a lot because where I am, it's a rural place first, and some of them are not clear about the ocean and all the new careers that are out there. And also with the other topics that I didn't understand completely and I couldn't deliver the curriculum. But now I know that I will go back and explain all the knowledge that I have gained and be able to develop models to explain those topics.
We thank EMC as well as the department for organizing such a workshop.
Maritime Youth Innovation Challenge. The Youth Innovation Challenge intends to harness innovation, entrepreneurship, and digital technologies to address challenges related to Durban's maritime environment. This program creates a platform to share information and enhance knowledge in digital innovation and startup practices. The Maritime Youth Innovation Challenge is implemented in association with the EThekwini Municipality, Transnet Port Terminals, Adams & Adams, Oracle, Go Durban, Durban Maritime Museum, and Moses Kotane Institute. The challenge hosted high school learners from Sitengile Secondary School, Reunion Secondary School, Glenwood High School, and New Forest High School. These learners were introduced to emerging technologies and allowed to collaborate and build their prototypes in a conducive environment. The Maritime Youth Innovation Challenge initiative capacitated learners with the knowledge of 3D printing, laser cutting, additive and reductive manufacturing to assist with the practical aspects of their designs. Innovation Specialist Mr. Nkululeko Mthembu of PITSA Ventures facilitated the program rollout and assisted the learners where necessary. All participants completed a series of online workshops with a purpose to assist them with the design, thinking skills, and business plan development skills. The Youth Innovation received 25 entries for youth category age between 18 to 35 and 19 entries for high school category. Maritime Career Expo. EThekwini Maritime Cluster hosted a Maritime Careers Expo online seminar. The information shared at the online seminar was to expose learners to career options within the maritime spaces and subjects they will need to enter tertiary should they wish to pursue the maritime studies. The panel speakers came from South African International Maritime Institute, Institute of Chartered Shipbrokers, Durban University of Technology, and Mr. Gerald Chiweshe, who is a pilot. 36 participants from various schools within KZN recorded as attending the EMC Virtual Careers Expo. Career Enhancement Program. EThekwini Maritime Cluster launched the Welcome to Water campaign and Begin on Water, the first of EMC's Introductory to Water initiative. The Begin on Water program was implemented for 4 days, hosting 60 high school learners for 4 days of basic swimming lessons, and Durban Port tutors was conducted. The Welcome to Water program was implemented for a period of 7 months. A total of 40 high school learners were taken through a series of introductory skills training on water safety, swimming, sailing, and rowing.
These young people are the future of our country, and we invest in them and hoping that as they get introductory programs into the sector, they're going to be the captains of tomorrow and they'll be able to choose maritime as a career of choice.
Thank you, Maritime Cluster, and thank you, South Africa.
Thank you, EThekwini Maritime Cluster, and thank you, Sail Africa.
Thank you, EThekwini Maritime Cluster and Sail Africa, for this lovely program.
Graduate Placement Program. This program aims to address the issue of unemployment by granting unemployed graduates an opportunity to gain experience through the EMC's TETA-funded internship program. The Graduate Placement Program introduces graduates to the working environment by placing them in companies within the maritime sphere. A total of 50 graduates placed during 2021-2022 financial year.
The impact that the graduate program has helped me in terms of my personal development is that I have learned personal mastery and emotional intelligence. Being a woman in a male-dominated industry is very challenging. It has taught me to be able to impact the employees as an HR. So for example, if employees have problems, they're able to come to me, as I'm very passionate about people.
Hi everyone, my name is Amanda Mfutane. I'm a logistics intern at SA Cargo Services. I'm a graduate from DUT. I have a diploma in shipping and logistics. I joined the company via the EMC graduates program. It has been quite a journey, exciting one, although it has its ups and downs, you know. Straight from school to the workplace, it's not so easy, but through the help of the program in other things that are offered to us as the interns, I've been able to face all the hardships that I have been facing. We have a very welcoming staff here, so it made things a bit easy for me, you know. Thanks to EMC for this graduate program. It has impacted my life a lot. You know, I come from a background where education is not acknowledged. So via this program, it has proven to me that money is not actually a boundary to reach your dreams and goals.
My name is EThekwini. I was born and bred in Eastern Cape. I'm a third born at home, and we're all raised by a single parent. Right now, I'm currently working at SA Cargo Services as a marketing coordinator under supervision of Umdeni Ngcobo and Hans Modify. I've had a great experience, and it's exciting, as I have mentioned that I've worked closely with Hans Modipane and Umdeni Ngcobo. So it's been a pleasure to work with those people who are in a leadership position, because I've learned a lot from communicating with people in all levels within the company, and from being accountable and take responsibility and know that you are the face of the company and you have to do everything in order. And the most important thing is to be teachable. You have to be teachable, and you have to allow people to give guidance when it is needed. The EMC graduate program, which I got an opportunity to be part of in March 2020, has helped me in different ways, from communications, because I got an opportunity there to work with Ongcebo Nxumalo, who is a communications officer, and I was doing a lot of work that is related to communications. For example, writing profile stories, writing articles for newsletters, and some of the articles I wrote for EMC were published. I would like to thank EMC for this great opportunity. As we all know that in South Africa, it's not easy to get a job as a graduate. So it really helped me. I'm grateful, and I will forever be grateful for the opportunity.
I think the program is a wonderful opportunity for unemployed youth and unemployed graduates to be given the opportunity to experience the workplace. It gives them a wonderful springboard into getting ready for the corporate environment. You come into a workplace and there are people of different backgrounds, cultural beliefs, and personalities. And with all of that, you as a young person are also trying to navigate your way and try to learn about the business in the corporate environment. So being able to partner with the company, I think EMC has done a very good job to give unemployed graduates the opportunity to almost preview what it's like to be in the workplace, and hopefully to give them an opportunity to gain insight and to develop and to learn as much as they can as they progress in their career paths. We all made the mistakes when we were interns, and I think it's a wonderful opportunity to make as many mistakes as possible, to learn and to grow, and to develop. So I really, really strongly support the program, and I hope we can see more numbers as the program matures.
International study opportunities. The facilitation of international study opportunities with the World Maritime University in Sweden. 2 of the EMC interns, beneficiaries of the graduate placement program, were accepted to study Masters in Maritime Studies.
My name is Ayanda Sigobi. I am currently the Programs Manager for Enterprise Development and Marine Manufacturing at EMC. My journey with EMC started in 2019, where I entered as an intern under the Graduate Placement Program, and I served for 2 years before leaving the country to go and pursue my Masters in Sweden. Upon my return, I received a promotion, and I currently hold the position of Programs Manager. It was a wonderful experience going to Sweden. You get to see the diversity of the industry as a whole. You get to meet people from other countries, people who are similar to you, who are also interns, who are also looking to pursue greater opportunities with their careers and their lives. So it was an eye-opener to meet people from different countries, to learn about the different maritime industries in the different countries around the world. So upon my return as the programs manager currently, I facilitate and I oversee all programs that are occurring under the Marine Manufacturing Division and the Enterprise Development Division. So under Enterprise Development, we have currently our youth aquaculture projects that's running, and under the Marine Manufacturing Division, we are establishing a youth boat building project. My personal aspirations is to be either a port manager or to work as a maritime economist. Currently at EMC, where I see things going in the future is for us to be positioned as one of the best clusters, not only in South Africa, but in Africa as a whole. And I would love to see the industry giving EMC the recognition that it deserves. I'd like to thank EMC for affording me the opportunity to enter into EThekwini Maritime Cluster in 2019 as a graduate through its graduate placement program, for allowing me to gain world-class knowledge and experiences, having to go to Egypt for 2 weeks in training, having to attend at the World Maritime University to pursue my Masters, and thank you to the current board for allowing me to come back and for promoting me to a higher position.
Work Readiness Program. EMC invited unemployed graduates to participate in the Work Readiness Trainings Program by submitting their CVs to EMC office. The training is designed to equip graduates with the necessary skills required for successful job interviews. The aim of the program is to provide support to unemployed graduates to be able to market themselves. The program hosted 100 unemployed graduates. Through this training, participants gained imperial skills to assist them as they enter the working world. The program goes beyond acquiring participants with the skills needed in the workplace, but also financial literacy. Upon completion, all the participants received certificates that can be added to their CVs. Maritime Research Initiative. EThekwini Maritime Cluster, in collaboration with the University of KwaZulu-Natal, launched a maritime research initiative, hosting 5 postgraduate candidates undertaken to conduct research aimed at tackling South Africa's maritime industry challenges. EMC and UKZN have an MOU in force that will see the maritime industry being able to utilize the research capacity within UKZN to alleviate industry challenges and make it globally competitive. Maritime Manufacturing Unit. The objective of this program is to factor the development and growth of the boat and shipbuilding and ship repair sectors, which offer good opportunities for employment creation. EThekwini Maritime Cluster partnered with Global Maritime Youth and Mavela Marine in an initiative aimed at introducing 15 unemployed youth engineer graduates from around EThekwini to boat building. These unemployed engineers are incredibly lucky to earn themselves an opportunity to be capacitated with the skills of designing and building a boat. On Monday, 18 October 2021, the program was launched with all stakeholders involved present.
Today we're at Mavela Marine Boats Yard. and we are finally doing a graduation ceremony for our beneficiaries that were part of the introduction to boat building. The importance of today, this day, is more meaningful to us as a country, or rather as an organization, than it is for the students. We've got to feel that it actually can be done, and that boat building is feasible within KZN, and it matters to us the most.
I was very fortunate to get this opportunity ukuthi ngikwazi nami ukuzofunda ukuthi imkhumbi yakhiwa kanjani from scratch, ukuze njengoba sesibona emahaba, sibona seyihamba emanzini ukuthi yakhiwe kanjani. And kulo 4 weeks ebengikubona lana, it has been a very great experience for me as a woman ukuthi ngithole le skill so kwazi ukwakha umkhumbi, to know different types ukuthi umkhumbi wakhiwa kanjani, izinto ezihlanganisayo, the chemicals, ukuthi umkhumbi njengoba uma emanzini ungasinki wenziwa yini, ukuthi njengoba uhamba wenziwa yini. It's been a lot, kuningi sengikufundile and ingisizile because ngiyakwazi nami senginayo iskill sokuthi ngingene endaweni ngakho umkhumbi from scratch uze uphumele ekugcineni.
Program was about, general boat building, how to actually build a boat from start to finish. So we've learned everything from how to use, gel coats to resins, catalysts, buoyancy, how to make sure that the actual structure and the boat works, and basically how to prepare a good, well-functioning vessel.
Human capital is one of the key issues that the country is looking at, because without developing human beings, we won't have a viable country in terms of the skilled labor, but also skilled SMMEs and entrepreneurs, as also the skills leaders for our country. So with these engineers, or in this engineering program, we believe that we are going towards the right direction, and we would like to see it growing from where we started.
So we brought together different kinds of students that have different backgrounds. We've got civil engineers, we've got welders, we've got students who have done mechanical engineering, some that are even ready to be marine engineers. But the most important thing was to cultivate that feel of boat building, to cultivate the structure all the way up to the boat being launched, and just to see it through. And the most interesting thing was the fact that they know that they've chosen different kinds of careers, but they know now that they can tie up and plug into their skills within the maritime industry.
We are very excited about this achievement as a cluster, and we are really hoping that this is not the end. We would like to take these kids now to the next phase, which is actually the installation, because now they have the boats, but the boat needs to be in the water and it needs to float and move in the water. So we need to take them through the installation, work through the engine, and we are looking for partners, as many partners as possible, because these are 15 kids that we do not want them now to go back home and sit and do nothing, but we want them to be able to get into the space, and if possible, even end up having their own boat building company in the future.
Industry promotion. This program is positioning Durban as a smart port city, which will optimize the port city territories and the constant cargo flows passing through Durban. Further to this, we host workshops, conferences, and events to provide networking opportunities to facilitate knowledge and port information sharing through collaborative engagements. Marketing and EMC brand management. As a non-profit organization, EMC prides itself with keeping close and efficient communication with all its stakeholders. We ensure good engagement throughout our social media platforms: Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, and Twitter. Social media platforms have given us a greater reach, which is the reason we value the engagement received from the different social media, and we deliberately engage as much content as possible to also ensure transparency within the organization. We have the EMC website. This is where newsletter is published. Currently, our website is being upgraded, and therefore there has been minimal communication posted on the company's website. Social media has become very prominent in the communication space. However, we cannot do away with the traditional marketing method, which includes the distribution of EMC brochures, calendars, diaries, and annual reports. A fair number of media mentions from various media houses was attained. 4 radio interviews, 6 traditional newspaper profile features. EMC launched the EThekwini Maritime Cluster TV YouTube channel with the aim to increase audience reach using video content. The video content created has achieved great audience views in its 5 months from inception. The notable milestone was when one of the videos created by EMC contributed to Sail Africa winning the World Sailing Sustainability Award. My Port City Culture Campaign. The first inaugural My Port City Culture 2021 aimed at exposing, promoting, and capitalizing on the specific culture and identity of the Port of Durban by documenting the relationship that civil society has with the port. This allowed for residents to develop a sense of pride and flourish and as part of the city port community. This was a great initiative, providing a platform that encourages oceans economy participation, shares and extended information reach through video content. In total, the campaign had 60 participants. Video content viewed by 1,967 people through EMC marketing platforms.
Many towns in the world have developed because of a port, so did Durban. So the Port of Durban, its influence and importance does not even reside or limited to Durban alone. It goes beyond Durban and goes beyond this country. So it's the gateway to African trade, as you can see. It's the biggest port in the Southern Hemisphere. And the economic importance of the port is massive. So one ship that comes to the port and get offloaded employ more than 3,000 people.
We offer diving and development services, which is whereby we take a student but who does have a knowledge of the ocean. If he does not have that knowledge, we offer that person trainings and life-saving skills. Then we take that person straight to the diving course, then he do the course. Once he's done the course, he comes to our company. This is where we give them the basics of diving, like the real diving style. Then further into becoming a professional now diving, a professional diver for a commercial up in the ports inside. We have a lot of kids who already got bursaries. They want to do the course, but they are coming back, they're sitting at home. And not even a single company that's gonna want to offer them something so that they can skill themselves, upgrade themselves. So I'm asking for the Port of Durban to intervene, more especially into that matter, to say all other diving companies, they need to absorb these kids and give them opportunities so that it will make a huge difference.
Stakeholder engagement meeting. Stakeholder engagement is key to EMC achieving its key objective. EMC has an entity providing a platform for collaborative engagement between various levels of government, state-owned enterprises, and the maritime community. The cluster hosts a minimum of 10 engagement meetings per fiscal year. The one notable webinar that EMC hosted was the Water Sports Engagement webinar. How can marine water sports contribute to our economy in the South African perspective? This webinar gave EMC a much-needed reach and recognition. An increase in information requests from stakeholders was achieved. Requests for programs, collaborative engagement from key government stakeholders. An increase in requests from stakeholders for EMC to go provincial, and an increase in inquiries from the public wanting to know more about EMC and what it offered. In conclusion, EMC management aspire to continue to do more. So far, with the funding established from the EThekwini Municipality, Transport Education Training and Authority, we can only do so much. After 13 years from inception, EMC has grown and gained experience in executing and clustering model. We can attest to the fact that in the whole of South Africa, we are up there with the most influential and impactful clusters. The EMC training and skills continue to achieve unimaginable milestones. Our marketing team, though there's room to improve, has done a great deal and will continue implementing curricula to ensure the cluster and programs are well marketed. Our purpose is to implement programs of common interest in the support of the growth of the maritime industry and stimulate partnerships between the public and private sectors. Our vision is to be the center for sustainable growth and economic development in KZN through maritime knowledge by 2030.